Welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here I'm continuing the story of the Nightingale. As you might remember, the true Nightingale had returned to the wood, leaving the Emperor with this mechanical nightingale, which everyone raved about. No bird to feed, clean up after. There was no randomness in the singing. All you had to do was press a little button and out would come a song. Whenever you wanted it to. What a great thing, everyone thought. This is the way life should be. Push a button, and the most beautiful things happen. And all was well. That mechanical bird sang for years, 5 years, until one day, as it was singing, there was a snap inside of it. The singing ceased. Well, the Emperor immediately called the physician to check in on this mechanical bird, but what could he do? So then he had a clockmaker come, and the clockmaker, after great inspection, said, "The gears in here are worn out and it cannot be replaced. I can fix it so that it can sing, but it must only be used, well, almost never, because it will break again." So the mechanical bird, which had its own special place now to the left of the Emperor, as the true nightingale had, sat. It was played but once a year. And when it was played, it was with great ceremony. Now, eventually, the benchmaker, the one who'd made the bird, returned. He had heard what had happened, and he inspected everything that had gone on and did some tinkering with the bird and said, "She's as good as new. You can play her again." And so the Emperor did. He played her every day, multiple times a day, reveling in the beautiful singing of the bird, until one day, as we know would happen, that mechanical bird broke again, and nothing could be done to fix it. Now, it turned out that at the same time, the Emperor became ill. He was put into a bed. He was kept isolated, a quiet space of his bedroom. Carpets were laid outside of his room and down the hallways, so no sound could be heard, so that he could rest. But the Emperor hated it. He wished that there would be someone that would come and talk with him, or some sound that could bring him some relief from what he was experiencing in his body and his mind, knowing that death was approaching. But nothing would come. No one would come. Till one day, in the early evening, he was awakened by the pure, beautiful voice of the real nightingale. The true nightingale had come and sat upon the bough that she had originally sat upon outside the Emperor's bedroom window, and she sang to him because she had heard that the Emperor was ill. The blood began to rush back into all the places where it had been, absent. The Emperor felt filled with life like he had not for so many days. "Oh, you must never leave me," he said. "Please, please, never leave me. What can I do to keep you to stay?" Please, please come. Come in. Sit by me and sing. The nightingale said, I do not need to come in. I can sing to you here from this bough. What can I give you? What can I reward you with? You've already rewarded me, said the nightingale. Those tears that you shed when you first heard me sing still live in my heart. What can I do for you? How can I keep you with me? You do not need to keep me, said the nightingale. Leave me free, and I will come each day and each night to sing to you. But let me free. Let me be free. Is there anything else I can do for you, said the emperor. There is one thing. The emperor was getting up out of his bed at this point. He had not gotten up out of his bed for days. He's putting on his royal clothing, strapping on his sword. And the nightingale said, I ask you one thing. Do not let any of the people know that you have a bird that tells you everything. And the emperor said, so be it. And as he did so, some of his servants who were wondering if he was dead opened the door. And when they did, the emperor greeted them. Good morning. And that is the story of the nightingale.